Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived a farmer named Ritesh. Life had taken a heavy toll on him. Once a passionate man, Ritesh had lost all interest in life. Tragedy had struck him hard over the past few years. His 20-year-old son had abandoned him for a girl, and his 15-year-old daughter had succumbed to a deadly disease that had afflicted several youngsters in the village. Now, Ritesh and his wife, Sarita, lived alone in a sprawling ancestral house. The house, once filled with laughter and life, now echoed with silence. Ritesh had withdrawn completely, neglecting his farm, his home, and even his relationship with Sarita. He had become a shadow of his former self, merely existing, not living. As time passed, his despair deepened. A year went by, but nothing changed for Ritesh. He remained trapped in his grief, unable to find a reason to carry on. One day, a wandering sage named Satyanand arrived in the village. Tired from his journey, he decided to rest there for a few days. Satyanand was known for his wisdom and compassion, and he quickly became a source of guidance for the villagers. Many came to seek his advice, and he helped them find clarity and purpose. Satyanand had a loyal companion, a dog that followed him everywhere. The dog's playful and friendly nature attracted the village children, who loved to visit the sage just to see it. Hearing about the sage, the villagers advised Sarita to take Ritesh to him. "Perhaps he can help your husband find his way again," they said. Sarita, desperate to bring back the man she once knew, convinced Ritesh to meet the sage. When they met, Sarita explained Ritesh's situation to Satyanand. The sage listened patiently and then said, "Leave him with me for a day. Let us talk." Sarita hesitated but agreed, hoping for a miracle. That evening, as the temple emptied and silence fell, Satyanand sat with Ritesh and began to speak. "Ritesh, tell me, what do you see in this dog?" the sage asked, pointing to his loyal companion. "It's just a dog," Ritesh replied, uninterested. Satyanand smiled and began to tell a story. "When I first met this dog, I tried to leave him behind. I told him, 'I am embarking on a long and arduous journey. You will have to walk barefoot for miles, and it will hurt your paws.' The dog simply wagged his tail and followed me. I warned him, 'I will be traveling through deserts and mountains where survival is difficult. You might even lose your life.' But he stayed by my side. I said, 'There will be days when I have no food to give you. You might go hungry,' yet he stayed. Finally, I asked him in frustration, 'Why do you follow me when I'm warning you for your own good?' The dog looked at me with unwavering loyalty and said, 'Sage, I am not following you. I am following the life I have chosen. I am a dog. My duty is to protect my master. No matter the challenges, this is who I am. This is my purpose.'" Ritesh listened intently as the sage continued. "Every living being has a role in this world, Ritesh. The earthworm enriches the soil, even though it risks being eaten by birds. Termites break down dead plants, ensuring the cycle of life continues. Birds hunt worms to maintain balance in the ecosystem. Despite their struggles, they fulfill their purpose. As humans, we too have responsibilities. You are a farmer. Your joy and purpose lie in working your land, nurturing life, and contributing to the cycle of nature. Yes, you have faced unimaginable loss, but abandoning your work goes against the very essence of who you are." Something stirred within Ritesh. Memories of his past flooded back, feeding chickens, tending to his cattle, holding newborn goats, and walking to his farm each morning, greeted by the chirping of birds and the coolness of the stream. He remembered the satisfaction of a day's hard work and the deep, restful sleep that followed. For the first time in a year, Ritesh felt a spark of life reignite within him. He looked at the sage and said, "I understand now. Farming is not just my work. It is my identity and my joy. I had forgotten who I am." The next morning, Ritesh thanked the sage and patted the dog, who wagged his tail joyfully. Ritesh returned home with a renewed sense of purpose. He was no longer burdened by grief, but driven by the desire to rebuild his life and embrace his responsibilities as a farmer. From that day forward, the The fields that had lain barren for a year began to flourish once more. And with each passing day, Ritesh rediscovered the happiness that had been waiting for him all along in the simple, fulfilling life of a farmer.